along there. Right. You know, what I'm doing here is I'm reconstructing this model now that I have the true dimensions of the space at the George R. Brown. So I'm reconfiguring my concept model. And what I wanted to have going on, and I needed to get more specific about it, was to emphasize this sort of spiral that starts at the bottom and comes up like this. And these lines here represent the larger forms in the model. And so I'm establishing the first line so that I get this nice spiral thing happening. And I'm trying to get some sort of precise regularity in the spacing between them so that this model will then become like an absolute reference drawing for the real piece whenever I start to construct it. And so that's what this is, and this is the point we're at now. What I'm doing now is I'm reconstructing the model, and I'm reconstructing it exactly to scale. And what I'll end up doing here is I will end up building the actual space, you know, pretty stripped down, that this model will be in. And then when we get this tweaked just right, then we're going to come back and we're going to start to add some of these other members that are hanging over here and fill in some of this area here and adjust this spiral. And then this model will sit here, you know, throughout the building process, and it will be like an exact reference that we can use as we build. Because we can never assemble this thing until it goes into George R. Brown because of the height. I mean, this thing is going to be like 65 feet wide, and just the model is going to be about 70 to 75 feet in height and about 33 feet deep. So it's going to be an enormous thing. And so we need to get every advantage that we can in the small scale. So that's why I'm going to this trouble at the beginning. This spiral shape, the way that I started is I started with this like this top line, stepped it down, coming down here, down here, down here, down here, and down here, and then came back and filled in the middle.
And this is 20 feet?
That's 15.
Oh, 15 for the
That's what Luther was saying the other day. He wanted to have 15 feet of clearance. So I built it like that. I don't really want to go any higher, because what happens if you start to raise it, it compresses the overall form, and it becomes flatter and less dynamic.
Now this is nice because of the way you
Yeah. So, you know, this is getting pretty close to me being happy with the form, the overall form. You know, I mean, I might, you know, I mean, I was looking at it last night. I'm thinking about, you know, maybe like, you know, maybe trimming a little bit of things, you know, just to emphasize, you know, this shape a little bit more.
So that way, unfortunately, that giant blue truss is right there.
Yeah. No, it is.
Yeah. Christina, these light fixtures, you're thinking they're going to be more horizontal like this than vertical up the columns or something?
Well,
like that?
I'm thinking, you know, because actually this position will be here, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is the edge, and I think I might bring in a little piece of metal and move and play around with things at scale.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we're, in order to get back here without creating shadows with lights in people's eyes and shadows against this back wall, we'll probably need to find a position along here somehow.
Yeah, or, you know,
I realize that's
remember
we
we
have
could
to
always
figure that.
come off the top of that circle too on this side. Well, all these forms are going to be made of stainless steel, and they're, perforations. This is one kind of special perforation. I used to make a sample for the birds. Really beautiful stuff. I mean, it really catches the light really nice. And another material sample is this round hole perforation. So it's going to be combinations of different sorts of metal with holes in it. And this is stuff that's it's stock stuff. You can buy it off the shelf. And so this is what it's going to be made of.
How do you bend it? Do you have to heat it?
No, this was all bent cold. This was hammered. And for these bigger forms, these cloud forms, I'm building a machine because I couldn't find a machine on the market that would do what I wanted to do. And basically what it is a great big old hydraulic finger that comes down and it'll push these sort of poofy cloud shapes into like hollows inside a pipe. And so that machine is being built by my neighbors across the street, who are a heavy-duty fabrication company. And it's got a 4-foot deep throat. So I'll be able to work like 8-foot by 10-foot sheets of metal to make these larger forms. And so that's about the scale of these. And so I couldn't find any kind of machine that would do what I needed to do. So I designed one and I'm building it. What we do when we start these big ones, we have to weld 2 sheets of metal together to make a really big sheet, and then we have cut the edge, sort of a rough layout fashion, and then we form it, and then the cloud gets another drawing on it. And this time we're more careful with our drawing and sort of follow the contours that the machine has given us in the layout, and then cut that line, and it leaves it like really, really rough. So a lot of the labor in this is getting like this rough edge to a smooth edge like this. So it's so there's a lot of labor involved in getting that final line to where it's not sharp. Well, for the past 3 months, my crew of guys and I have been working on making all the various individual components for the piece, meaning the cloud shapes and the bird shapes. And we've just been storing them and piling them up. And there's 136 birds up there. I have another like 40 something upstairs. And we've been making these cloud shapes and piling them up. Up here, there's like 55. There's another pile upstairs. It's like that many. I think we've made 118 of the cloud forms, and we have a few left to go that we're working on. And then we're going to stop forming and producing the shapes, and then we're going to start to assemble them into units. So let's cut a cable that's 27 inches and string it to a cow. Pete?
Did you do all the hardware you need?
Need sleep. Everything else. This one, right?
Yes, sir.
Can you get us, Patrick, can you get us a couple clouds from upstairs?
Sure.
Sort of, you know, middle-sized ones. Open up. Okay. That's good. Looks good. Okay. Looks like a good crimp. Give me that gauge over here. All right. Here it is. Place for a small one, like a weird bowl shape. Yeah. And also that's 27, 22 there, 27, 27, 64. That should work fine.
On the backside?
I think we'll try to put it into that space right here, and I want it to hang probably about right here. Okay. We've begun to assemble the parts of the sculpture into modular sections. So basically, this is like 1.5 modules. The lower section would be like half of a module, and by what I mean by modules in this case is like one of the larger cloud forms, and everything hanging off of it is like a module. And in this sculpture, there's going to be 13 of these. So this is like one, and this is like a half. I couldn't continue because we're already all the way to the floor. This is as big as we can make it in this studio. So the piece is never going to be fully assembled until we move it to the George R. Brown and put it all together there. Well, we've assembled like one complete part of the sculpture, and now we've taken it and put it inside of this big box that we're making, and we're sealing the box up right now. We get plastic put on it. All the pieces are wired together, screwed into the crate, so this will be labeled and marked and to go into a specific place when we unpack it. Yeah, all the sculpture parts are they're screwed down to this framework and been wired together. And so it's like, just one, now it becomes like one thing. It's floating in this big frame that we made here. So it should travel safe and not move around. So that's the idea of it. Sort of a suspension crate.
I mean, the only thing that I would ask, if possible, is if it could be bang, 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 bang.
Okay.
If there's a kind of a sort of build up to intensity, and then like sort of fade back to intensity to the end of it,
Okay.
and make that last like a minute.
Okay. Good. Okay.
The installation, the engineering, things that go into what we get to enjoy, and all the things that he has created is just amazing, and we just so much appreciate everything that you've done to make this happen, and for our collaboration, we certainly appreciate working with you. And if you would just help me greet warmly, just an old Houston welcome to Ed Wilson, our artist.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you. It's been a long road. I want to express my gratitude to the Houston Arts Alliance, and particularly to Sarah Kellner and Matt Kubo, who were, give it up for Sarah and Matt, who were so helpful and instrumental in helping this project along. I also want to express my appreciation to the Houston First Corporation for giving me the opportunity to build this piece. A couple of special people that I would like to thank and acknowledge. John Smith. Is John here? John Smith is the one who designed this fabulous building. I joked with John somewhere along the way that he was building a really nice vitrine for my sculpture. But the truth is, I'm really honored to have the sculpture in his beautiful building.
The chief consulting architect on this job is Marie Hoke. She seems to be the center of everything in this whole big building project. I don't know how she keeps up with it, but she's very amazing. She's here holding up her phone right now. Thank you for everything, Marie. This is a big piece, and I didn't build it by myself. I have a fabulous crew of young artists who helped me, some of which are here tonight, not all. But I'd like to give a shout out to Dylan Connor. Tim Stevenson. Matthew Sullivan. Patrick Kincaid. These are the guys that did the cutting, the grinding, the lifting, the sloughing, and they did it with great cheer, and they're just amazing. They're amazing guys. For all of you that are standing underneath this piece, you really want to give your appreciation to Kelly O'Brien. Kelly, with some kind of magic formulas, assures us that this piece won't fall down. He's the engineer on this. Where are you, Kelly? There he is, right there. And I also want to give a really, really special thanks to Christina Gianelli. Christina Gianelli is an internationally acclaimed theatrical lighting designer, and she collaborated with me on this piece and taught me a lot about what was possible with lights. And when we flip this switch in a little bit, you will know why I appreciate her so much. And I also want to acknowledge my wife, Magda. Yeah, she tolerated my moods and all of that. She cooked the books and kept the food. Oh, wait a minute. She kept the books and cooked the food. Made sure I ate my spinach. Kept me alive through this. And basically kept the home fires burning. Finally, I want to give a special warm thanks to you, the people of this great art community in this town, who made this piece possible in so many ways. Through your support, dedication, labor, this piece is for you. And thank you so much.